Chef Z Carter of the Kitchen Cafe and Cooking School. And as an industry professional, I wanted to come to you with some tips on some safe food handling practices that we should be using at this time. So right now there's a lot of concern about people wearing or not wearing gloves out in the public. And as a certified ServSafe instructor and industry professional, I know when to wear gloves and when not to wear gloves. And wearing gloves to the average person, especially now, it gives people a false sense of security because people don't know the proper way to don and take off gloves. And so to me, the best thing when wearing gloves is to actually, out in public, is to actually not wear them, because there are so many safety precautions that one must take when you're actually wearing gloves. You have to be careful when you're wearing gloves, and you have to know what to touch, what not to touch, when to take them off, and when to put them back on. So unfortunately, the average person doesn't know that. The best thing for us right now is to be purposeful in what we touch, and most importantly, wash your hands. Right now, the going time for washing your hands is 20 seconds. I say wash them a minute. Think about what you're washing your hands for. You're thinking about safety, so just wash your hands and take 30 seconds, 45 seconds, a minute. Just wash your hands and be clean. You don't have to wear gloves out to be safe. They create a false sense of security. If you're someone who is going to wear gloves, then you need to take your gloves off, and when you leave the store, you need to dispose of them as you're leaving the store. I also recommend that you have a little sanitary kit in the trunk of your car. So when you're going to your car, open your trunk and have a little sanitary bucket. In the restaurant industry, we use a couple of kinds. We use one that has our own disinfectant that we put in, and it has wipes like the Lysol wipes that people are talking about. Lysol is not the only company that makes wipes, so there's a lot of disinfecting companies and products still available to us if we just look. And you can just use a simple bleach solution. We also use buckets, so have one of these in the back of your car to wash and sanitize your hands, and then do your car handle door. Get your key, let yourself in, wipe as you go if you must go out and touch things. Another thing is, while you're in the grocery store, be purposeful in what you're buying. Know what you want, get in and get out, especially in the produce department. There was a time when we had the time to be choicey, to look over all of our produce, grade it, and decide if it was good enough for us. Right now, we don't have that option as much, so we need to be able to grade our produce just by looking at it and decide if we really want that without touching it. So when we do touch it, we're taking it home. Also, use those vegetable bags. Yes, the environment is important, but our health is just as important as well. So use those vegetable bags, pick up your produce, tie your bag up, and then put it in your cart. That is the safe way to get your produce from the produce department. Also, I noticed in the grocery stores that a lot of our convenience foods are gone. One of the things that I noticed was the boxed macaroni and cheese. That part of the aisle looked just like the toilet paper aisle. It was empty. Everybody had it. It was all gone. But if people just would use pasta, cheese, and milk, they could make some of the best, most creamiest macaroni and cheese ever. And so I thought I'd share with you, well, Chef Joy and I thought we'd share with you one of our favorite macaroni and cheese recipes. You want to see it? Here it is. So first you're gonna melt butter. Here we melted approximately 4 tablespoons of butter. And then to that, we're gonna add 4 tablespoons of flour, a little pinch of pepper, and a little pinch of salt to that. And we're gonna actually combine those two together. And we have our heat on moderate heat because we wanna be careful not to burn our butter. Once we have all of those things combined, then we're gonna add some good old whole milk, or we like using heavy cream. So to that, we're gonna add about a cup of heavy cream. And we're gonna combine all of those things together. Get it all combined there. Then we're gonna bring that to a slight simmer. Now we have what we call a white roux. And to our white roux, we're going to add our cheese. Here we have 4 different cheeses. We have an Italian cheese, some cheddar cheese, a little pepper jack cheese. And if your sauce starts to get away from you, then you can just turn your heat down a little bit. She's gonna add a little bit more cheese to that because can't have too much cheese, I say. So now we're gonna add our pre-boiled macaroni, and there is no shortage of pasta on the shelf. This is about a pound of pasta. And a pound of pasta will feed about 4 to 6 people. So this is a really good family meal. It's looking yummy and cheesy already. I'm loving it. So now that Joy has all of the cheese and the macaroni all blended together, she's adding a little bit of salt and pepper, a little bit of garlic powder. She's also gonna add a family favorite to really make that cheese pop, some hot sauce. She added parsley to give it a little bit of flavor. Parsley does kind of add something to it in hot sauce. Oh yeah, parsley adds color as well. So this is gonna make some of the best macaroni and cheese. Yeah, parsley, even though we eat it in small amounts, it does help with your blood pressure. You're gonna need it for macaroni and cheese. But just to recap some of the things that we said, gloves give a false sense of security. Just wash your hands 30 seconds to a minute. If you're gonna wear gloves, dispose of them at the store. Don't touch your car and everything else with your gloves, your hands and your face, because it's just a big thing. We think that once our hands are protected, the rest of us doesn't need protection. Also, have a little safety sanitary kit in your trunk. There are other options out there to safely sanitize and disinfect your produce, your hands, surfaces, and everything. Look for those things. A lot of this can be attributed to just washing your hands. Soap and water does a lot to help combat this. Another thing is be purposeful in what you get, what you buy, especially in the produce department. If you touch it, it's yours. Don't put it back. It's not worth it. Not to you or anyone else. And also, cook with whole food ingredients. So macaroni and cheese is always a crowd pleaser. I don't think I've ever met a person in my life that doesn't like macaroni and cheese. I'm sure there's some out there, but I haven't had the fortunate, to have met them. So use whole food ingredients. Macaroni and cheese is a great thing. You can add meat, you can make it a vegetarian meal. And then also, if you can stay out of the grocery stores, try your local restaurants. Go to LeesburgEats.com. A lot of the other cities and towns have all their restaurants on. You can go and pick up your favorite entree, and you can also, like here, we have the general store. We have a lot of those hard to find items that our suppliers have been supplying us with. So you can pick up your favorite entree, you can get toilet paper, you can get bleach, and some of the ingredients that we use here in our kitchen that aren't cooked. So try calling your local restaurant and ask what they have from their general store that you can just come curbside and pick up. Thank you.
you.